They say the Great Depression was about poverty and survival. But during Christmas December 1933, it was something else entirely. 21 treats so ingenious they created sweetness from almost nothing. When sugar cost what families didn't have and butter was a luxury children forgot existed. It's December 1933. Bank account empty. Father's been unemployed 18 months. You've got flour, lard, molasses, maybe some stale bread. Christmas morning. Children expecting something sweet. Anything sweet. Sugar too expensive? You use molasses? Butter gone? You use lard or nothing. Pegs unaffordable? Vinegar replaces them. Apples cost money. Ritz crackers become apple pie. These weren't recipes. These were survival innovations born from mothers who refused to let poverty steal Christmas morning from their children. Women's magazines documented these treats. Relief kitchen cookbooks taught them. Mothers whispered recipes to neighbors. Today, I'm taking you back. When Christmas treats weren't about abundance. They were about creating magic from poverty. Stay with me. These 21 forgotten treats reveal how Depression mothers kept Christmas sweet when sweetness cost too much. Number 1. Depression cake. When eggs cost 15 cents per dozen and butter disappeared from family budgets, mothers discovered cake needed neither vinegar and baking soda, creating magic that eggs and butter once did. Depression cake. No eggs. No butter. No milk. December 1933, Dayton, Ohio. Mothers baking Christmas cake from ingredients that cost almost nothing. Ruth Henderson baked her first Depression cake in December 1932, Cincinnati. 3 children wanting Christmas cake. No money for eggs, butter, or milk. Church cookbook offering recipe called Wacky Cake, Strange Name for Miracle Recipe. Ruth mixed flour, sugar, cocoa powder, cheapest chocolate option, baking soda, salt in ungreased pan. Made 3 wells in dry mixture. Poured vegetable oil in 1 well, vinegar in 2nd, vanilla in 3rd. Poured water over everything. Stirred with fork right in pan. No bowl needed. No creaming. No beating. Baked 30 minutes. Cake rose perfectly. Vinegar reacting with baking soda, creating lift eggs usually gave. Cooled. Dusted with powdered sugar if affordable, nothing if not. During Depression, Depression cake meant Christmas happened despite poverty. No expensive ingredients required. Mixed in pan meant fewer dishes, less work. Vinegar chemistry replacing egg chemistry. Children eating chocolate cake never knowing eggs missing. Hope. Baking without butter. Dark chocolate cake, slightly dense. Moist crumb, cocoa flavor present. Each slice tasting like resourcefulness, not poverty. Ruth's Depression cake fed 3 Christmases. Daughters learning vinegar trick. Grandchildren shocked learning cake needed no eggs originally. Depression teaching that chemistry replaces wealth. Every slice carried message. Vinegar creates miracles. Eggs aren't essential. Christmas bakes without butter when mothers know science. Number 2. Molasses popcorn balls. When white sugar became unaffordable, but molasses cost pennies, mothers created Christmas treats from popped corn and dark syrup sticky, sweet balls children could hold, representing Christmas when nothing else sweet existed. Popcorn, molasses, that's it. December 1934, rural Iowa. Mothers making Christmas candy from 2 ingredients costing almost nothing. Before Depression, popcorn balls made with white sugar syrup. After 1929, molasses replacing expensive white sugar. Dark, strong flavor, meaning Christmas changed taste. Clara Thompson made her first molasses popcorn balls in December 1931, Nebraska. 5 children wanting Christmas treats. No money for store candy. Popcorn from their own field. Molasses bought in bulk. Clara popped corn over wood stove. Kernels exploding, filling kitchen with warm smell. Boiled molasses with tiny bit water, until thick, sticky. Tested in cold water-formed soft ball. Poured hot molasses over popcorn in large pan. Worked quickly with buttered hands. Couldn't afford gloves getting sticky. Formed popcorn into balls size of oranges. Molasses coating every kernel. Balls cooled hard, sticky, dark brown. Sweet, chewy, lasting. Each ball representing Christmas treat when real candy impossible. During Depression, popcorn balls meant mother's creativity. Popcorn free from own fields. Molasses cheap, plentiful. Dark color making white sugar candy seem wasteful. Children eating sticky balls for days. Christmas lasting longer through preserved sweetness. Dark brown spheres stuck with popcorn. Molasses coating shiny. Sticky fingers guaranteed. Each ball chewy, sweet, lasting. Clara's molasses popcorn balls became family Christmas law. Daughters making them. Grandchildren preferring them to modern candy. Depression teaching that dark sweetness satisfies, like expensive white sugar never did. Every ball carried message. Molasses costs pennies. Sweetness doesn't require white sugar. Christmas sticks to fingers, lasts for days. Would you make Christmas treats from popcorn and molasses when real candy costs too much? Drop a comment. I'm reading everyone. Number 3. Vinegar pie. When lemons cost what families couldn't afford, and Christmas pie seemed impossible, desperate mothers discovered vinegar created tartness strange substitute, making chess pie from poverty instead of plenty. Before Depression, chess pie made with eggs, butter, sugar, lemon. After 1929, vinegar replacing lemons nobody could buy. Strange adaptation born from necessity. Margaret Wilson baked her first vinegar pie in December 1932, West Virginia. Grandmother teaching, lemons gone, vinegar works. Tastes wrong first bite, right by third bite. Mind adjusts to what's possible. Margaret mixed flour, sugar less than recipe wanted eggs if available, butter tiny amount, added vinegar, water. Vinegar creating sharpness lemons once did. Poured into pie crust lard crust, no butter. Baked until set, golden. Pie emerged looking right. Smelled wrong vinegar sharpness instead of citrus brightness. Tasted strange first bite sour, chemical. Second bite better. Third bite, mind accepting this was pie no. During Depression, vinegar pie meant adaptability. Lemons costing 50 cents week's worth of meals. Vinegar costing 5 cents. Strange sourness meaning Christmas pie existed when citrus didn't. Children eating without complaint. Gratitude replacing preference. Chemistry replacing fruit. Golden custard pie. Firm filling. Vinegar smell present. Taste sharp, strange, becoming acceptable. Margaret's vinegar pie lasted through Depression. Lemons returning 1940. Vinegar pie continued. Daughters claiming they preferred it. Grandchildren not believing vinegar belonged in dessert. Depression teaching tongues to accept what existed. Every slice carried message. Vinegar replaces what you can't afford. Sourness becomes sweetness when options narrow. Christmas bakes from whatever creates tartness. Number 4. Boiled raisin cake. When butter vanished from budgets, but raisins stayed affordable, mothers boiled dried fruit with spices until syrup formed, no creaming, no butter, just fruit creating its own sweetness and moisture. Boiled raisin cake, no butter. Raisins creating moisture. December 1933, Pennsylvania. Mothers boiling fruit instead of creaming butter they couldn't afford. Elizabeth Moore baked her first boiled raisin cake in December 1930, Pittsburgh. Recipe from Church Relief Cookbook. No butter required. Raisins and water boiled together creating syrup, replacing butter's moisture and sugar's sweetness. Elizabeth combined raisins, water, lard, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg in pot. Boiled 15 minutes. Raisins plumped, released sweetness. Liquid reduced to syrup. Cooled slightly. Stirred in flour, baking soda, salt. No creaming, no beating, just stirring. Poured into greased pan. Baked until toothpick came out clean. Cake rose dark, dense, moist. Raisins throughout. Spices making kitchen smell like Christmas. No butter, but moisture perfect. During Depression, boiled cakes meant butter unnecessary. Fruit creating syrup naturally. Spices making humble cake taste festive. Dark color hiding poverty. Christmas smelling right even when ingredients wrong. Hope boiling in pot, baking in oven. Dark brown cake studded with raisins. Dense, moist texture. Spice aroma. Each slice heavy, filling, lasting. Elizabeth's boiled raisin cake lasted 6 Christmases. Daughters learning boiling technique. Grandchildren shocked learning cake needed no butter originally. Depression teaching that fruit creates its own richness. Every slice carried message. Raisins contain hidden sweetness. Boiling releases what's inside. Christmas bakes without butter when you know technique. Number 5. Potato candy. When sugar was affordable in tiny amounts, but butter wasn't, mothers discovered mashed potatoes became candy-based strange combination, creating fudge-like treats from vegetables and peanut butter. Mashed potato, powdered sugar, peanut butter. December 1934, Appalachia. Mothers making Christmas candy from leftover potatoes and cheap protein. Before Depression, candy meant sugar, butter, cream. After 1929, potato candy born vegetable becoming dessert through desperation. Sarah Jenkins made her first potato candy in December 1931, Kentucky. Sister teaching, mash potato smooth while hot. Add powdered sugar until stiff. Roll thin. Spread with peanut butter. Roll up, slice. Candy from potato. Unbelievable until you taste it. Sarah boiled 1 medium potato until tender. Mashed it smooth, no lumps. While hot, added powdered sugar cup after cup until mixture became stiff dough, no longer tasting like potato. Rolled dough thin on powdered sugar dusted surface. Spread thin layer peanut butter over surface. Rolled up like jelly roll. Chilled until firm. Sliced into pinwheels. Each slice showing peanut butter spiral. Tasted like fudge, not potato. Vegetable disappeared into sweetness. During Depression, potato candy meant vegetables becoming treats. Potatoes cheap, plentiful. Peanut butter, affordable protein. Sugar stretched further with potato base. Christmas candy existing because potato transformed. Science creating magic from poverty. White pinwheel slices with tan peanut butter spiral. Fudge-like texture. Sweet, no potato taste. Each piece tasting impossible. Sarah's potato candy became family tradition. Daughters making it every Christmas. Grandchildren refusing to believe potato was ingredient until shown. Depression teaching that vegetables hide in candy. Every piece carried message. Potatoes transform into sweets. Science creates magic. Christmas candies from whatever's available, even vegetables. If you're still watching, you're tougher than most. Hit like if these poverty treats hit different. Number 6. Mock apple pie. When apples cost money families didn't have but Ritz crackers went on sale, mothers discovered crackers soaked in syrup became apple pie bizarre substitute fooling children who'd forgotten apple taste. Mock apple pie. No apples. Ritz crackers. December 1935, nationwide. Mothers making fruit pie from crackers in chemistry. Before Depression, apple pie meant apples. After 1929, Ritz crackers advertising mock apple pie recipe. Crackers cheaper than fruit. Dorothy Sullivan baked her first mock apple pie in December 1933, Boston. 4 children wanting apple pie. Apples costing 15 cents per pound. Ritz crackers on sale, 20 cents per box. Box made 2 pies apples would cost 60 cents. Dorothy made syrup water, sugar, cream of tartar, lemon extract if affordable, boiled until thick. Broke Ritz crackers into pie shell. Poured hot syrup over crackers. Crackers softened, absorbed syrup, swelled. Dotted with butter if available, cinnamon, sugar. Top crust. Baked until golden. Pie emerged looking perfect. Cut into it, crackers had become something apple-like. Soft, sweet, tart from cream of tartar. Children ate believing these were apples. Dorothy knowing truth, saying nothing. During Depression, mock apple pie meant mothers lying to children. Crackers becoming fruit through syrup magic. Chemistry fooling tongues. Children believing apples existed when they didn't. Christmas pie happening through deception born from love. Poverty creating need for edible illusions. Perfect golden pie. Slices holding together. Filling looking like cooked apples. Tasting sweet, tart, wrong if you knew truth. Dorothy's mock apple pie lasted 4 Christmases. Real apples returning 1937. Mock pie ended. Children learning years later they'd eaten crackers. Feeling betrayed and understanding. Depression teaching that mother's lies sometimes kindest gift. Every slice carried message. Crackers become apples when soaked right. Chemistry fools hunger. Christmas bakes from illusions when reality costs too much. Number 7. Tomato soup CKE. When milk and butter vanished from budgets, mothers discovered Campbell's tomato soup created moist spice. Cake strange ingredient, creating Christmas cake from pantry staple that cost 10 cents. Tomato soup cake. Campbell's condensed soup. No milk. December 1934. Detroit, Michigan. Mothers baking Christmas cake from soup can. Agnes Martin baked her first tomato soup cake in December 1932. Cleveland. Magazine advertisement showing recipe. Campbell's pushing soup as ingredient, not just meal. Condensed soup replacing milk and butter in spice cake. Agnes creamed lard with sugar. Added eggs, if affordable 1, instead of recipes 2. Stirred in Campbell's tomato soup straight from can. Added flour, baking soda, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, raisins. Batter turned orange, smelled like spices masking tomato. Poured into greased pan. Baked until done. Cake rose perfectly. Tomato soup's moisture replacing milk. Acidity replacing buttermilk. Cooled. No frosting. Couldn't afford it. Cake itself enough. Tasted like spice cake. No tomato flavor. Soup disappeared into chemistry. During Depression, tomato soup cake meant pantry staples becoming dessert. 10-cent soup can replacing 30-cent milk and butter. Campbell's benefiting from poverty, teaching substitutions. Christmas cake existing because soup transformed. Science hiding vegetables in dessert. Mothers trusting magazines teaching survival. Dark reddish-brown cake. Dense, moist texture. Spice aroma. Each slice tasting nothing like tomato. Anne's tomato soup cake lasted 5 Christmases. Daughters learning soup trick. Grandchildren shocked learning Campbell's belonged in cake. Depression teaching that soup companies understood poverty cooking. Every slice carried message. Soup replaces milk cheaply. Vegetables hide in spices. Christmas bakes from cans when fresh ingredients cost too much. Number 8. Poor man's cookies. When eggs, milk, and nuts became unaffordable luxuries, mothers made cookies from flour, sugar, lard, and determination minimal ingredients, creating Christmas cookies that lasted days because children rationed them carefully. Poor man's cookies. No milk, no eggs, no nuts. December 1933, rural Missouri. Mothers baking Christmas cookies from almost nothing. Helen Crawford baked her first poor man's cookies in December 1931. Kansas. Relief cookbook recipe. Ingredients list shockingly short flour, sugar, lard, baking powder, vanilla, if lucky. Nothing expensive. Helen mixed flour, sugar, baking powder, salt in bowl. Cut in lard until crumbly. Added tiny bit water, vanilla extract. Dough came together stiff, dry, rolled thin, cut into shapes with tin cans since cookie cutters sold long ago. Placed on greased sheet, baked until barely golden fuel cost money, couldn't waste it. Cookies emerged pale, hard, plain, no richness, no decoration. Just cookies existing when most treats didn't. During Depression, poor man's cookies meant Christmas happened minimally. Flour and lard affordable. Sugar used sparingly. Cookies hard, plain, lasting. Children eating one daily, making them last week. Gratitude replacing greed. Plain cookies meaning Christmas acknowledged, despite poverty. Hope baking in plainest form. Pale, hard rounds, no decoration. Plain appearance. Each cookie tasting of flour, lard, survival. Helen's poor man's cookies lasted entire Depression. Daughters learning minimal recipe. Grandchildren shocked cookies once contained no eggs, milk, or nuts. Depression teaching that cookies need almost nothing if mother's determined enough. Every cookie carried message. Minimal ingredients create maximum meaning. Plainness beats nothing. Christmas bakes from determination when ingredients disappear. Number 9. Water pie. When pie filling ingredients cost too much, but family expected Christmas pie, desperate mothers made water pie flour, sugar, butter, water, creating custard through chemistry alone, proving pie needed almost nothing. Water pie. Main ingredient: water. December 1935. Rural South. Mothers making pie from liquid, faith, and heat. Before Depression. Pies filled with fruit, custard, cream. After 1929. Water pie born desperation, creating recipe from almost nothing. Lillian Hayes baked her first water pie in December 1933, Georgia. Neighbor teaching: water, flour, sugar, butter, vanilla. Bake slow. Becomes custard mysteriously. Don't question, just make it. Lillian rolled pie crust lard crust. Mixed flour, sugar in pie shell. Dotted with small butter pieces rationed carefully. Poured water over everything. Added vanilla. No stirring. Slid into oven. Baked slowly. Magic happened. Flour, water, butter formed custard during baking. Chemistry creating filling from nothing. Pie emerged golden, set, quivering slightly. Cut into it actual custard formed. Sweet, creamy, impossible. Water had become dessert. During Depression, water pie meant chemistry was hope. Ingredients costing almost nothing creating something. Science happening in oven while mothers prayed. Christmas pie existing because heat transformed water. Desperation teaching that nearly nothing becomes something under right conditions. Golden pie with custard filling. Set firm. Creamy texture. Each slice tasting like miracle from water. Lillian's water pie lasted 4 Christmases. Daughters learning recipe. Disbelieving it worked until seeing it. Grandchildren shocked learning main ingredient was water. Depression teaching that chemistry saves Christmas when pantry nearly empty. Every slice carried message. Water transforms under heat. Chemistry creates hope. Christmas bakes from almost nothing when mothers know science. Would you serve your family pie made from water? Or would you skip pie entirely? Drop a comment. I want to know how desperate you'd get. Number 10. Molasses cookies. When white sugar cost what families didn't have, but molasses sold cheaply in bulk. Mothers baked dark cookies strong flavor, meaning Christmas tasted different. Darker, but still sweet somehow. Molasses cookies. Dark, strong, cheap. December 1934, Vermont. Mothers baking Christmas cookies from sweetener, costing pennies per cup instead of dollars per pound. Before Depression. Cookies made with white sugar. After 1929, molasses replacing expensive refined sugar. Dark syrup costing fraction of white crystals. Ruth Anderson baked her first molasses cookies in December 1930, Maine. White sugar gone from budget. Molasses bought in gallon jugs, lasting months. Dark sweetness replacing white sweetness. Christmas changing color and taste. Ruth creamed lard with molasses dark, thick, sticky. Added egg if available, flour, ginger, cinnamon, cloves, baking soda. Dough stayed dark brown, sticky, rolled into balls. Rolled in white sugar if affordable, contrast beautiful. Baked until cracked on top. Cookies emerged dark, chewy, strong flavored. Molasses taste obvious, powerful. Not delicate, not refined. Just sweet, dark, present. During Depression, molasses cookies meant refined tastes died. Strong flavor replacing subtle sweetness. Dark color showing poverty openly. No pretending these were fancy. Christmas tasting of what poor people could afford. Sweetness coming in darker form, but coming nonetheless. Dark brown cookies, cracked tops. Strong molasses smell. Chewy texture. Each cookie tasting bold, dark, unapologetic. Ruth's molasses cookies lasted entire Depression. White sugar returning 1940, molasses cookies continued. Daughters preferring strong taste. Grandchildren shocked learning molasses was poverty's substitute originally. Depression teaching that dark sweetness satisfies differently than white. Every cookie carried message. Molasses costs pennies. Dark sweetness feeds families. Christmas bakes brown when white sugar costs too much. Number 11. Peanut butter bread. When cake ingredients cost too much, like peanut butter stayed cheap. Mothers baked sweet bread affordable protein, becoming Christmas treat, proving dessert could be nutritious when poverty demanded it. Peanut butter bread, sweet, dense, filling. December 1935, Tennessee. Mothers baking Christmas bread from cheap protein instead of expensive sugar and butter. Martha Collins baked her first peanut butter bread in December 1932, Alabama. Government promoting peanut butter as affordable protein. 2 tablespoons costing what piece of meat cost. Mothers learning peanut butter worked in baking. Martha mixed flour, sugar less than wanted baking powder, salt, stirred in peanut butter, milk if available, or water. Batter thick, tan, smelling like peanuts. Poured into greased loaf pan. Baked until toothpick came clean. Bread emerged golden brown, dense, moist. Peanut butter throughout creating richness butter once did, sliced while warm. Spread with jam if available, nothing if not. Tasted sweet, filling, satisfying. Protein meaning children stayed full longer. During Depression, peanut butter bread meant protein became dessert. Cheap ingredient doing double duty nutrition and treat. Christmas bread feeding bodies and spirits. Dense texture meaning small slice satisfied. Poverty teaching that treats should fill bellies, not just please tongues. Golden brown loaf. Dense crumb. Peanut aroma. Each slice heavy, filling, lasting. Martha's peanut butter bread lasted 6 Christmases. Daughters making it year-round, not just holidays. Grandchildren eating it, never knowing it was poverty food. Depression teaching that protein can taste like Christmas. Every slice carried message. Peanut butter replaces butter cheaply. Protein feeds longer. Christmas bakes from whatever fills bellies while tasting sweet. Number 12. Navy bean pie. When cream and eggs cost too much, but dried beans lasted forever. Desperate mothers discovered cooked beans became custard pie. Strange transformation, creating Christmas pie from protein meant for soup. Navy bean pie, white beans, custard texture. December 1936, Michigan. Mothers making Christmas pie from beans and faith. Before Depression, custard pie made with eggs, cream, sugar. After 1929, navy bean pie, born beans replacing dairy, creating similar texture mysteriously. Helen Mitchell baked her first navy bean pie in December 1934, Detroit. Relief cookbook showing recipe seemed impossible. Beans becoming dessert? Tried it anyway, choices were bean pie or no pie. Helen cooked dried navy beans until very soft. Mashed smooth, no lumps. Mixed mashed beans with sugar, eggs if available, milk, butter if affordable, vanilla, nutmeg. Mixture looked like custard. Poured into pie shell. Baked until set. Pie emerged golden, firm, quivering like custard. Cut into it texture, exactly like custard pie. Taste sweet, creamy, slightly beany if you concentrated. Most people couldn't identify beans. Chemistry transforming protein into dessert. During Depression, navy bean pie meant dried goods becoming sweets. Beans costing pennies per pound, lasting months. Custard texture without expensive dairy. Christmas pie existing because beans transformed. Poverty teaching that protein hides in desserts when mashed smooth enough. Golden custard pie. Firm filling. Smooth texture. Each slice tasting mostly like custard, slightly like beans if you knew. Helen's navy bean pie lasted 3 Christmases. Daughters making it until real custard affordable again. Grandchildren shocked learning grandmother served bean pie for Christmas. Depression teaching that beans belong anywhere hunger demands. Every slice carried message. Beans become custard when cooked right. Protein hides in desserts. Christmas bakes from dried goods when dairy costs too much. Number 13. Molasses taffy. When white sugar vanished, but molasses stayed affordable, mothers pulled candy on Christmas Eve dark. Chewy taffy requiring muscle instead of money. Children helping stretch poverty into treats. Molasses taffy. Pulled candy. Dark, chewy. December 1933, Wisconsin. Families pulling taffy together. Labor creating Christmas treat. Before Depression, taffy made with white sugar. After 1929, molasses taffy dark syrup replacing refined sugar. Strong flavor replacing delicate sweetness. Rose Peterson made her first molasses taffy in December 1931, Minnesota. Christmas Eve tradition boiling molasses, pulling together as family. Labor replacing expensive ingredients. Children helping meant everyone contributed to Christmas. Rose boiled molasses with tiny bit butter, vinegar. Cooked until hard ball stage dropped in cold water, formed hard ball. Poured onto greased marble slab if wealthy, greased pan if poor. Cooled until handleable, buttered hands. Pulled taffy stretching, folding, stretching again. Arms aching. Taffy lightening slightly, developing sheen. Pulled for 20 minutes. Children taking turns. Formed into rope, cut into pieces. Wrapped in waxed paper. Taffy dark brown, chewy, strong molasses taste. Lasted for weeks. During Depression, taffy pulling meant Christmas entertainment and treat combined. Process taking hours meant family time cost nothing. Labor creating candy meant children earned treats. Molasses meaning poverty, visible but acceptable. Christmas pulled together literally. Dark brown pieces wrapped in waxed paper. Hard, chewy texture. Strong molasses flavor. Each piece lasting 10 minutes of chewing. Rose's taffy pulling became Christmas Eve tradition. Daughters continuing it. Grandchildren preferring molasses over white sugar versions. Depression teaching that labor sweetens treats better than refined sugar. Every piece carried message. Pulling taffy builds family bonds. Labor replaces expensive ingredients. Christmas stretched by hands becomes sweeter. If you're still watching, you're learning what poverty tasted like. Comment which treat you'd actually try making. Number 14. Sugar cream pie. When fruit costs too much, but cream still affordable in rural areas, farm families made sugar cream pie simple ingredients, creating Indiana's Christmas tradition. Proving pie needed almost nothing. Sugar cream pie. Hoosier pie. Cream, sugar, flour. December 1934, rural Indiana. Farm families making Christmas pie from dairy they produced themselves. Before Depression, Pies filled with fruit, chocolate, cream. After 1929, sugar cream pie became Midwest staple. Dairy farms having cream when nothing else available. Grace Williams baked her first sugar cream pie in December 1932. Indiana, farm producing cream-only ingredient they had abundance of. Sugar rationed carefully. Flour cheap. Pie possible when most desserts weren't. Grace mixed flour, sugar, cream in unbaked pie shell. Dotted with butter pieces. Sprinkled cinnamon, nutmeg on top. Baked slow until cream thickened, flour formed custard. Top browned. Chemistry happening in oven. Cream, flour, sugar becoming custard without eggs. Pie emerged golden, set, quivering. Cut into it perfect custard texture. Sweet, creamy, simple. Each bite tasting of cream's richness. Nothing fancy. Just farm abundance in simplest form. During Depression, sugar cream pie meant farm families had advantage. Cream available when city families had nothing. Simple pie showing that wealth wasn't money, was having cow, having cream, having ability to produce food. Christmas tasting of farm privilege during poverty years. Golden pie with brown top. Creamy custard filling. Nutmeg specks visible. Each slice simple, rich, satisfying. Grace's sugar cream pie became Indiana tradition. Daughters making it. Grandchildren calling it Hoosier pie. Depression teaching that simplest ingredients from own farm created best pies. Every slice carried message. Cream creates custard without eggs. Farm life means advantages during poverty. Christmas bakes from what you produce yourself. Number 15. Poor man's cake. When every ingredient cost too much, mothers made poor man's cake minimal, everything creating Christmas cake that tasted of determination more than sweetness. Proving cake happened through will. Poor man's cake. Minimal ingredients. Maximum determination. December 1935. Oklahoma. Mothers baking Christmas cake from almost nothing. Louise Bennett baked her first poor man's cake in December 1932. Arkansas. Recipe from desperate neighbor. 4 ingredients: flour, sugar, lard, baking powder. No eggs. No milk. No flavor except determination. Louise mixed flour, sugar, baking powder, salt. Cut in lard. Added water until dough formed. Too dry for cake batter. Too wet for pie dough. Pressed into greased pan. Baked until golden firm. Cake emerged flat, dense, plain. No rise. No fluff. Just cake existing because mother made it exist. Cut into squares. Served plain. Tasted like flour, lard, survival. Children ate without complaint. Cake meant Christmas acknowledged, despite everything. During Depression, poor man's cake meant Christmas happened minimally. Ingredients costing almost nothing. Cake representing mother's refusal to surrender. Plainness meaning poverty visible, but not victorious. Christmas tasting of determination when sweetness costs too much. Hope baking flat, dense, present. Flat, dense squares. Pale golden color. Plain appearance. Each piece tasting of flour, lard, and refusal to quit. Louise's poor man's cake lasted 4 Christmases. Daughters learning minimal recipe. Grandchildren shocked cakes once contained almost nothing. Depression teaching that baking happened through will when ingredients disappeared. Every piece carried message. Cake needs almost nothing if determination present. Poverty doesn't prevent Christmas. Mothers will bake hope for nothing. Number 16. Peanut butter fudge. When chocolate cost too much, but peanut butter stayed cheap, mothers made fudge without cocoa tan candy tasting of peanuts instead of chocolate, proving fudge didn't require expensive ingredients. Peanut butter fudge, no chocolate. December 1936, Georgia. Mothers making Christmas candy from affordable protein instead of expensive cocoa. Before Depression, fudge meant chocolate. After 1929, Peanut butter fudge born protein replacing luxury ingredient. Emma Davis made her first peanut butter fudge in December 1933, Mississippi. Chocolate disappeared from budget 1930. 3 years without chocolate Christmas candy. Peanut butter affordable. Magazine showing peanut butter fudge recipe. Emma mixed sugar, milk, corn syrup in pot. Boiled to soft ball stage. Removed from heat. Stirred in peanut butter cheap. Available. Beat until thick, creamy, losing gloss. Poured into greased pan. Cooled. Cut into squares. Fudge tan, not brown. Peanut flavor, not chocolate. Creamy texture perfect. Tasted rich, sweet, satisfying. No chocolate, but fudge existed. Christmas candy happening through substitution. During Depression, peanut butter fudge meant chocolate unnecessary. Protein creating richness. Tan color showing poverty openly no pretending this was chocolate. Christmas candy existing because peanut butter transformed. Science making protein taste like dessert. Tan squares, creamy texture. Peanut aroma. Each piece rich, sweet, filling. Emma's peanut butter fudge continued after chocolate returned. Daughters preferring peanut butter. Grandchildren shocked learning it was poverty substitute. Depression teaching that peanut butter rivals chocolate when made right. Every piece carried message. Chocolate isn't essential. Peanut butter creates richness. Christmas candies from affordable protein when cocoa costs too much. Number 17. Apple Brown Betty. When fresh desserts cost too much, but stale bread was free and apples cheap in fall, mothers made Apple Brown Betty, using waste bread creating Christmas dessert, proving nothing needed wasting. Apple Brown Betty. Stale bread. Cheap apples. December 1934, New York. Mothers making Christmas dessert from waste and affordable fruit. Catherine O'Brien made her first Apple Brown Betty in December 1931, Brooklyn. Stale bread saved for weeks. Apples bought when cheap in October, stored in cellar. Christmas dessert costing almost nothing. Catherine tore stale bread into crumbs. Sliced stored apples thin. Layered breadcrumbs, apples, sugar, cinnamon in baking dish. Dotted with butter if available. Repeated layers. Poured tiny bit water over. Covered, baked until apples soft. Uncovered last 15 minutes. Top crisping. Dessert emerged bubbling, golden, smelling like apple pie. Breadcrumbs absorbed apple juice. Became something between cake and pie. Served warm. Tasted like apple pie without crust. Stale bread disappeared into dessert. During Depression, Apple Brown Betty meant waste became dessert. Stale bread having purpose. Apples stretched by bread. Christmas dessert costing almost nothing. Layers creating something greater than ingredients suggested. Poverty teaching that nothing gets wasted. Bubbling brown dessert. Apple slices visible. Breadcrumb topping golden. Each spoonful tasting like apple pie without crust. Catherine's Apple Brown Betty lasted entire Depression. Daughters learning stale bread trick. Grandchildren shocked learning dessert started as waste. Depression teaching that garbage becomes treats in right hands. Every spoonful carried message. Stale bread has purpose. Waste transforms into desserts. Christmas bakes from what others throw away. Number 18. Oatmeal raisin cookies. When expensive ingredients disappeared, but oatmeal stayed cheap and raisins affordable, mothers made filling cookies hearty treats, doubling as breakfast when Christmas morning had no other food. Oatmeal raisin cookies. Filling, cheap, lasting. December 1935, California. Mothers baking Christmas cookies that fed stomachs, not just sweet teeth. Ana Rodriguez made her first oatmeal raisin cookies in December 1932, Los Angeles. 4 children needing Christmas cookies. Oatmeal costing pennies. Raisins affordable. Cookies hearty enough for breakfast if needed. Anna creamed lard with brown sugar cheaper than white. Added egg, if available, flour, oatmeal, raisins, cinnamon, baking soda. Dough thick with oats. Dropped spoonfuls on greased sheet. Baked until golden. Cookies emerged chewy, dense, filling. Oats making them hearty. Raisins adding sweetness without much sugar. Children eating too, feeling full. Cookies lasting longer because children satisfied quicker. During Depression, oatmeal cookies meant treats had nutritional purpose. Filling bellies, not just pleasing tongues. Breakfast and dessert combined. Christmas cookies doubling as meals when meals scarce. Poverty teaching that treats should nourish. Golden brown cookies studded with raisins. Chewy, dense texture. Oat smell. Each cookie filling, satisfying, lasting. Anna's oatmeal raisin cookies became year-round staple. Daughters making them weekly. Grandchildren eating them, never knowing they were poverty food. Depression teaching that hearty cookies feed better than delicate ones. Every cookie carried message. Oats fill bellies cheaply. Cookies can be meals. Christmas bakes nutrition into treats when food's scarce. Number 19. Poor man's pudding. When Christmas pudding's expensive ingredients vanished, Canadian recipe crossed border bread, milk, jam creating simple dessert, proving pudding needed almost nothing when stripped to essentials. Poor man's pudding. Bread, milk, jam. December 1936, Vermont. French-Canadian recipe teaching Americans that pudding needed almost nothing. Before Depression, Christmas pudding meant suet, dried fruit, eggs, sugar, spices, aging. After 1929, poor man's pudding bread, milk, jam. Quebec poverty wisdom arriving America. Marie Bouchard made her first poor man's pudding in December 1933, Maine. French-Canadian grandmother teaching. Stale bread, milk, jam. Layer, bake, serve. Pudding from waste and pantry staples. Marie buttered baking dish. Layered stale bread slices. Spread jam over bread homemade jam from summer. More bread, more jam. Layers building. Poured milk over everything. Let sit 30 minutes. Bread absorbing milk. Baked until milk set. Bread softened, top round. Pudding emerged hot, bubbling, jammy. Bread disappeared into custard. Jam creating sweetness. Served warm. Tasted simple, comforting, nothing like fancy Christmas pudding, but still dessert. During Depression, poor man's pudding meant French-Canadian poverty wisdom. Using stale bread, last milk, preserved jam. Simple layers creating Christmas dessert. Ethnic poverty recipes crossing borders, teaching survival. Christmas tasting of immigrant resourcefulness. Bread pudding with jam layers. Custardy texture. Fruit sweetness. Each spoonful simple, warm, comforting. Marie's poor man's pudding became Christmas tradition. Daughters continuing it. Grandchildren loving simplicity. Depression teaching that French Canadians understood poverty cooking before Americans needed it. Every spoonful carried message. Stale bread becomes pudding. Jam creates sweetness. Christmas bakes from waste and preserves. Would you serve bread pudding as Christmas dessert when real pudding costs too much? Drop a comment, I want to know. Number 20. Cornbread in milk. When deserts seemed impossible, Southern families crumbled stale cornbread into buttermilk humble combination, becoming Christmas treat. Proving sweetness lived in how you served poverty. Cornbread in milk. Southern comfort. December 1935, Mississippi. Families making Christmas treat from leftover cornbread and cheap buttermilk. James Washington served his first cornbread in milk December 1932, Alabama. No money for desserts. Stale cornbread from breakfast. Buttermilk from neighbor's cow. Children wanting something sweet Christmas night. James crumbled day-old cornbread into bowls. Poured cold buttermilk over. Added spoonful of sugar if available. Molasses if not. Stirred gently. Cornbread softened, absorbed buttermilk. Mixture became porridge-like. Sweet, tangy, simple. Children ate slowly, calling it Christmas dessert. Was it dessert? Was it desperation? Didn't matter. Tasted sweet. Felt special. Made Christmas end with sweetness. During Depression, cornbread and milk meant reframing poverty as treats, leftovers becoming desserts. Buttermilk's tongue masking lack of sugar. Children believing this was dessert because parents called it dessert. Christmas happening through presentation when ingredients failed. Poverty teaching that naming matters. Bowls of milk-soaked cornbread. Tan color. Soft texture. Sweet tangy taste. Each spoonful humble, filling, called dessert. James's cornbread in milk lasted 5 Christmases. Daughters serving it to their children. Grandchildren eating it, never knowing it was poverty food. Depression teaching that comfort food becomes Christmas treats when served with love. Every spoonful carried message. Leftovers become desserts when renamed. Buttermilk creates sweetness with sugar's help. Christmas ends sweet when mothers insist it does. Number 21. Mock Christmas pudding. When traditional Christmas pudding required ingredients nobody had, mothers invented mock version grated carrots, replacing dried fruit, creating orange pudding that looked wrong but tasted surprisingly right. Mock Christmas pudding. Grated carrots, no dried fruit. December 1936, Massachusetts. Mothers making Christmas pudding from vegetables and hope. Before Depression, Christmas pudding meant suet, raisins, currants, candied peel, brandy, aging. After 1929, mock pudding carrots, flour, sugar, spices. Vegetables pretending to be fruit? Elizabeth Foster made her first mock Christmas pudding in December 1934, Boston. Magazine showing recipe during hard times. Seemed impossible. Carrots becoming Christmas pudding? Tried anyway pudding, or no pudding was choice. Elizabeth grated carrots fine. Mixed with flour, sugar, baking soda, cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, tiny bit molasses. Added grated raw potato for moisture and other vegetable. Mixed into batter. Steamed in covered pot 2 hours. Pudding emerged orange-brown, dense, moist, sliced, served warm. Carrots had sweetened naturally, disappeared into spice. Tasted like gingerbread somewhat. Not like traditional pudding, but was pudding-like. Christmas ending with hot, spiced dessert. Vegetables transformed completely. During Depression, mock Christmas pudding meant vegetables becoming sweets, carrots hiding in spices, chemistry transforming savory into sweet. Christmas pudding existing because mothers refused to surrender tradition entirely. Poverty teaching that vegetables sneak into desserts when desperate enough. Orange-brown slices, dense texture, spice aroma. Each piece tasting like gingerbread, slightly like carrots if you concentrated. Elizabeth's mock Christmas pudding lasted 3 Christmases. Real pudding returning 1938. Mock version ended. Daughters relieved. Grandchildren shocked learning grandmother served carrot pudding for Christmas. Depression teaching that vegetables hide anywhere. Every slice carried message. Carrots become desserts when grated fine. Spices hide vegetable taste. Christmas pudding made from whatever orange and sweet available, even carrots. These 21 treats tell Depression mothers' real story. Not about poverty. About refusing to let poverty steal Christmas from their children. Depression cake without eggs or butter. Molasses popcorn balls from fields and syrup. Vinegar pie pretending to be lemon. Mocked apple pie from crackers. Potato candy from vegetables. Christmas 1930 through 1939 tasted of molasses instead of sugar. Looked different, tasted different, but was still Christmas because mothers made it so. Which treat would you make? Which poverty innovation would you try? Comment below. I'm reading every one. And if these Depression treats moved you, hit subscribe, because poverty's creativity deserves remembering. Merry Christmas. May your sugar never run out. May your butter always be real. May you never need to make pie from water. May you always remember that mother's love bakes Christmas from almost nothing.